Oh boy. Alright. Third time's the charm. The first time I started rambling and I didn't really get to the point where I really liked how the video was turning out, and then the second time my phone ran out of memory, so it just stopped right in the middle. So this will be it. This will be the take. Hi, my name's Jason. Welcome to my YouTube channel, video number 2. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. The reason why I'm so tired today is because I had an extremely productive and satisfying day. And I'm giving myself a pat on the back here. And I had just finished cleaning out my room. Now, you may be thinking, shouldn't you be cleaning regularly? I do, but this past time I decided to make some changes, some structural changes to the layout of my room. Or some changes to the layout of my room. I didn't, modify my room's integrity or whatever. Digressing. For context, there used to be two things in my room. There used to be a row of shelves that would separate my bed in the back here from my workstation right here that I'm sitting at. And the reason why that existed was because at one point I wanted to motivate myself to focus on creating and getting things done in a timely manner, and hoped that if I were to sit here in this workspace that I would be less tempted to turn around and just hit the hay and wind up doom scrolling on YouTube or on Instagram for hours on end, not getting anything done, and eventually passing out. And then waking up in a cold sweat, realizing that I have a quiz that I forgot to study for. That barrier idea has not worked ever since I started using it, even before moving into this space. But it was the only thing I knew. And so I sort of left up these shelves, and eventually I neglected them to the point where I started just putting on random junk that I'd collect at different conferences and things like that, or gifts that my friends would give me. And they were overflowing with all this stuff. And I wake up every morning and I would walk around these shelves. I'd reach into my fridge around it and inevitably knock like 5 to 7 things off the shelf every day. And then I'd have to pick them up, put them back. It was annoying. It got to the point where I was like, you know what? I think these shelves are not fulfilling their initial purpose. On top of that, they're doing more harm than good. They're serving as an actual hindrance now. So I decided to try something else. What if I just simply allowed my workspace and my comfort space, my bed, to just blend into one another? Who knows? I'm a year older. I'm 5 years older than when I first started doing this. I may be a different person now. So let's see. So I decided to donate these shelves to one of my roommates. And when I did so, I noticed the second thing about my room. One half of my windows was boarded up with a flimsy board of cardstock. Now, the story behind that, nothing too spectacular. That same roommate that I donated these shelves to had at one point given me a standalone AC unit to put inside my room, and I needed to basically create a mount for the exhaust pipe to properly lead out of my window. But because my window isn't a sliding one, it is a swinging window, I resorted to making my own sort of little mount that wound up not working at all. But because I was so demotivated, I decided to just leave that thing up, constantly obscuring my room in darkness or dim light. I remember taking that piece of cardstock off the window, crumpling it up, shoving it into the trash bag that I was putting all these other bits and bobs into to throw away. And I turned around and I was struck by the beauty of this open room filled with light. It was a silent summer morning, and as the light streamed through the windows and I saw them hitting little particles of dust before the rays of light streaked across the floor, couldn't help but be struck by the beauty of that. For so long, I had lived in this cluttered, cramped, and dark space, accepting that as normal. But in that moment, I felt just a bit freer. So I got to work, and today was the final day of cleaning all that out and basically resetting up all my computer after everything got displaced, moving things out. I had just put together a motorized standing desk that one of my friends had given me that I also left until now to do. It works great, everything's in place. And as I stare around my room, two thoughts enter in my head. The first one is this little voice of negativity. I just clean out my room. It's a little thing. People design rockets, do cancer research, write certain laws, or broker peace treaties with nations, and do all this good in the world, build houses for impoverished third world countries. And I'm here celebrating over the fact that I clean my room. Compared to them, this is nothing. Peanuts. But I realize that that's a lie. That's a lie that the enemy uses to cast me into negativity. Can't I just be happy, joyful, that I had a productive day today? Can't I just exist in the moment without comparing myself to anybody? Can't I just give myself a pat on the back? Maybe that need for comparison and validation by one-upping someone else around me came from my past, from my hurt, from growing up in an environment where competition was the norm. And maybe it doesn't have to be that way anymore. Maybe there's a new way to live, just like maybe there's a new way this room could be organized. Which leads me to my second point here. I never really knew how beautiful living with Christ could be. Lately, I've been spending a lot more time in His Word. Lately, I've been going to therapy. Lately, I've been taking care of myself, and I didn't realize how much hurt had penetrated my heart, had hardened it, had made me a distrustful person. One that would love to just stand by himself and isolate himself from others out of fear of being hurt again and again and again. But deep down, I longed for belonging. I longed for peace. I longed for a space to be able to just worship God. And I'd drive around trying to find that, not realizing that, hey, maybe it's been here all along. And maybe you've just been accepting less than good as normal all this time. I didn't expect it to get super preachy at the end there. I knew I wanted to talk about Christ a bit, but forgive me for that. That's just what I believe right now. And again, I want to give myself a pat on the back. Congratulations, Jason. You've cleaned out your room, and you're now in a space where you can create a lot more easily, get up a lot more easily, pray and worship God a lot more easily. So give yourself that pat on the back. Do it now. In fact, there we go. And then go ahead and get a drink of water because your voice is giving out. So just to end off this video here, I don't know how frequently I'll be posting videos. If it's every week, every day, every other day, no idea. I also don't know if these like straight to phone things are going to be structured. I don't even know if they're going to be like given a common series name or something, but I do really love the low effort, very genuine, authentic feel of all this. I really love just leaving in all the bloopers, all the the points where I pause and collect my thoughts because I'm a human. I'm not an edited YouTube video where there's no space to breathe in between sentences. And I feel like that's something that we kind of need on this platform anyway, but I'm not here to change things. I'm just here to just talk after a long day. And I can't wait for tomorrow for sure. So yeah, that's it. How long has this been going? 10:30. Okay, 10 hours, 10 minutes and 30 seconds, which means that technically I would qualify for advertising, but I'm not planning to monetize any of this. Again, it's just a little YouTube channel for me to just post my ramblings and thoughts. So hope this encouraged you. Hope this brightened your day. Gosh, I'm so tired. I'm gonna reward myself tonight by eating a late night snack / dinner, and I know it is past 11 o'clock, but Jason, be gentle on yourself. You took a break from gym this past week, I know, but literally before that you've been hitting the gym at least once a day, oftentimes twice a day for the past 3 months up until your graduation ceremony. Chill for a second, man. You can have whatever garlic noodles or green Thai iced tea that you're debating on right now. Okay, let's just end this here. 11:30. Yikes. It's 1 full minute rambling. All right. Enough.